Just taking a shot in the dark, but maybe it wasn't my smartest idea to see this thing at 10:30 at night. Yeah, sleep's gonna be interesting this evening. Hello once again, watchers of good movies. My name is Nick Pell, and this is once again coming from my apartment. Now today we are going to be talking about the film The Conjuring 2. Now I have seen a part of the first Conjuring. I have actually not seen the full version of the first film. I don't know why, I've just never really gotten around to it, but I really want to see it now after seeing this film. This is continuing the story of Ed and Lorraine Warren. They are paranormal investigators. They deal with spirits that are haunting families, and they try to get rid of said spirits. Patrick Wilson and Vera Farmiga, they are the stars of this film. They play Ed and Lorraine Warren. They do a very good job in those roles. I like that the film did not initially focus on their characters per se, because the setup for this movie is what really sold it for me, because a large portion of the film focuses on this family who is being haunted and the things that they do as a result of these hauntings, because it starts off as most haunting movies go, and like they just very slowly bring the intensity higher and higher with a spirit haunting a family, and they do that in this movie. Just like things start to turn on in the middle of the night, they start to see spirits out of the corner of their eye, or just like jump scare-esque things like that. It starts to kind of elevate. And one thing that I really appreciate about these characters is that they were smart about what they were doing and how they reacted to the stuff that was happening to them. There's one thing that they do about, I don't know, like 30 minutes into the movie after an event happens, and the audience that I was in just started clapping because it's like, you're doing the smart thing to do. And I just love it. There's a large amount of humor in this movie, surprisingly. And that was something which kind of caught me off guard. And so I think I probably laughed a lot more in this movie than I was really expecting to, with it being this big horror film. I was expecting like very little humor, if any, in this movie whatsoever. Aston Wolf, she plays the main girl who's being haunted. In this movie, I thought she did a very good job in portraying that aspect of the character. I'm very impressed whenever these haunting movies and possession-esque films with these actors that are doing the possession acting. It's very good acting to see, and I like that she did a very good job with it. Now, this one was directed by James Wan. He did Insidious, which I'm a huge fan of that franchise. Not the third one so much, but the first two are fantastic. And then he directed the first Conjuring. And so he's kind of the big name in horror right now. And there's a reason, because he does horror right. If there's a jump scare, there's a reason for the jump scare. It is a legitimate jump scare. It's not just like a cat bursting out of a closet. There is a creature or some sort of thing which is causing the audience to cause a jump scare. He also just builds intensity so well, along with the music, along with just kind of the atmosphere which is being set by just characters' actions and just what is going on in a scene. It's just very well done, and it made the film just very, very fun to watch, and made the 2 hours 15 minutes just kind of fly by for the most part. I will say that the film can be a little bit predictable at points. There were spots where I was just kind of saying, okay, and jump scare in 3, 2, 1, and then it happened. So it is a little bit predictable at some points, but it's just because I've seen enough horror films to kind of judge where these things are going to start happening. But I thought that it worked really well, because there were jump scares which I did not see coming whatsoever, and made me kind of jump a little bit, and so that was very impressive for me. I also really like it when horror films have a small twist. It's not just a straightforward, everything's laid out in the first 15 minutes type of film. There are things which are being discovered. You kind of learn about this entity, and you eventually discover things which make more sense and add layers to the film. I don't know if there's any like callbacks to the original film, because again, haven't seen the full thing, that were in this film. I know there's like a small Easter egg with Annabelle, which again, haven't seen that one because it was not great. Hey guys, The Conjuring 2 is a fantastic film. It is a horror film done right. I highly recommend it if you are interested in horror films. It is very good, very well worth your time. It didn't seem to scare me as much as I was kind of hoping it would, because it does dive more into horror thriller towards the end, like the last act, I would say, but it is still very fun to watch, and I had a blast watching this film, which is surprising given the fact that I was watching this past midnight, and I would think that I would fall asleep past that point. Guys, those are my thoughts on The Conjuring 2. Let me know in the comments down below. Did you like it as much as I did? Did you hate it more than I did? Let me know. Like, favorite, comment, and subscribe once again if you so choose. I'd appreciate it immensely. And as always, my people, my name is Nick Pell, and once again, keep on watching.